Hi there, Lana here, and this week I wanted to talk to you about problems and how we see problems and how in just focusing in on problems we may be missing something else that's really important. And the way I'm going to explain this to you is something I remembered the other day. I remember as a kid when we would go on these big car rides when we were visiting family during the holidays, we would be in the car for hours. And I was a kid during the age when we did not have iPhones, we did not have DVDs in our cars to amuse ourselves. Basically, we had the parents in the front and they would turn on the CBC, the news. And as kids at that time, that wasn't very interesting. So we had to think up ways to amuse ourselves. So my sister and I would be in the back seat. And one of the things that I came up with was I would look out my side of the window and I made a game of watching the guardrail on the highway. And where I lived, the guardrail would have these little pillars. So there would be a big post and then little posts and then another big post. And my game was that I had to catch the big post as quickly as possible, and I would follow it along the way till I couldn't see it anymore out of my window. And then my eye had to go right back to the top of my window and try to find the next big post quickly and then follow it along and then so on and so on. I do not know. I don't know how I was amused by this, but apparently I was. Anyway, that was my game. And what I realized was that in focusing so much on the post, my whole experience of life was that post. That's all I could see. That's all I was focused on. My attention was solely there. And I was missing everything else out there. I mean, there could have been a bear or a deer or some other car that had some kids waving at me. I missed it all because I was only focused on the bigger post and following it along on my window. And so what I experienced as a result was whatever I was looking at. And isn't this what we do sometimes in life? We have a problem, what we think is a problem, and we focus in, we dig down on that problem. And we are so focused in paying our sole attention on the problem and what we're feeling about that problem, whether it's stress or anxiety or despair or worry, whatever it is we're feeling, we tend to paint our whole life then with that feeling. In other words, we filter out all the other experiences that are there, that are wanting to come through us, but because they're not the problem and what our attention is on, they seem to disappear or we discount them. And so we think our whole life is worry or concern or anxiety or depression or whatever the problem, whatever that problem emotes for you. And it's just like the post. I missed everything else that was there, that was always there, because I was so focused on that post and following it along. So this week, I invite you to look in your own life and see where you're discounting other experiences that are wanting to come through you, that are always moving through you, but you're filtering it out because you're painting your whole life experience with whatever problem you're looking at, you're paying attention to, you're attaching to, whatever story and meaning you're kind of cemented to. Start to notice what other things are actually available to you, are coming through you, so that maybe life isn't so one-dimensional. Maybe it's got a bunch of different colors to it and you're not seeing it. So that's it for this week. Until next week, it's Lana. Give me your comments or feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, bye.